So here's a little outdoor tent I set up for the overflow that won't fit in the tents inside. These are all actually abandoned blocks in here, all of them. This is a snow oyster that is fucking forever old. Let's see if I can get... Hopefully that got the date. Be the same date as this Black Pearl King, fucking 9/8, and it's 11/6. And look, just now starting to pin. Ridiculous. Here's the Nameko block that I totally abandoned. This was just sitting on the fucking porch, man. But I had this extra tent that is actually for my cactuses. But I had like an overwhelming amount of abandoned blocks and shit that just decided that they were gonna fucking start fruiting again, or finally fruit, period. This lion's mane is like fourth flush. This is there's another one on the back side here. I don't know how well that can be seen. It's pretty good size too. This is that's a 10-pound block there. This is the main cap and stem, HECENS, I think, or something like that. That's their strain. I like it quite a bit. I've got a whole bunch of lion's mane strains, though, Hericiums. At least 11 different ones, maybe more. And that's not counting the bear's head that I took back to spore and messed around with. This Black Pearl here just does not want to pin. It's like 2 months since it was inoculated, and it just, same thing as the other one did, just doesn't want to do anything. I've no idea why. It never contaminated. The block has been healthy the entire time, just refused to pin and grow. And I abandoned it. I put them outside. Literally, they were sitting on the porch over here with these other abandoned blocks. Well, those are going to be made into a morel bed. That's just spawn there, but sawdust spawn. Here's some king blocks that fucking aborted. You can see they're just on the porch around a bunch of fucking leaves and shit. It's like, I don't have that much patience for things that don't work properly, because I have so many things that do work properly. So I just don't have time to be fucking around with things like that. And these are the things that I abandoned that started doing something finally. The Nameko block was just a total abandonment. It's, I just didn't have room, and it was, starting to pin in the bag. So I just threw it outside in this tub, and it did sit on the banister for a while. But when it pinned as good as it did, and I mean, look, this thing's going to be rocking when it finishes. This is going to be a nice flush. I thought, well, mainly because of that Nameko block and the lion's mane that took off. We've had a shit ton of rain, so nothing dried out. And it, I'm sure, is what brought on these fucking orphans to go ahead and fruit. And that's cool, I guess. I did have an extra 10 anyway. I thought, why not? It's not freezing yet, so the cactuses didn't have to be in it. It's whatever. These are those little, like, things that it's like, it's a surprise that they are going to end up doing something. But at the same time, it's like, there's, those blocks are so old at this point that I've just completely abandoned the idea of them doing anything. So it's really not all that exciting, Yeah. Literally, I just threw this together amongst a bunch of fucking boxes and, bullshit that's on the porch that's going to get burnt. Totally abandoned. My little orphans are fruiting. Ha! Anyways, it does put a smile on your face, but it's like, do I need any of these? No. Is it nice to have them? Yeah. Oh, and here's something. Ed Grand does what's called Diaper Tech. Works phenomenal. But because this is outside, you know, and I want to be able to, you know, at some point boil or pasteurize the material and use it again. Here's my little outdoor humidification system. A tub with sand in it. And the water's pooled up right now, which normally it's not. But all this damn rain we had, I had this, the door to this open last night, and it fucking rained a ton in here. You know, so I'll have to dump the water off and put some fresh in. But the sand really collects heat from the sun, which then in turn is a different temperature than the water. It'll hold heat and make it like kind of evaporate, steam, whatever, and humidify these little outdoor tents like this really well. It's total hillbilly method, but it works really well. As long as I dump off the excess water, that, you know, what's above the sand there will actually cause this to not work as well. You just want the sand saturated, but not submerged. That way it can collect up heat. And you know, the temperature variant will, you know, onset lots of evaporation and humidify this little thing pretty good. Anyways, I'm going to dump the excess water off these little sand tubs, and I got some chores to do. I just thought I'd give you guys a little update on the orphans. You know, I normally, most of the time, I will just literally, even if they start fruiting, after I've abandoned them, I just put them in the compost pile anyway. And if they grow really nice mushrooms, I'll go ahead and pick them. But more often than not, they're just like, you know, decent. And it's like, it's not going to hurt the compost pile to get some, you know, fresh mushrooms. They'll compost like everything else. But because I had so many, you know, so many of the orphans decided to go ahead and do their thing and do it well, I thought, well, there's enough of them that it's worth the 5 minutes it took to bring this little tent up here on the porch and whatever, you know. Anyways, enjoy, guys. This is just, you know, another day in the life of primitive mycology. I just actually emptied my tents and loaded in all the new blocks for this week, focusing on golden enoki, white enoki, and conifer coral this week, with a side project of 4 multi-spore pink oyster blocks and 2 diamond pairings.